Tethys, how you feeling?
Oh, Chief, things are as fine as one could expect. But I've been dancing so much, I've worked up quite a sweat. At this rate, I may even lose a few inches off my waistline. Who knows, maybe my figure will be even more alluring than before.
Well, I'm not sure that's even possible. Keep up the good work. Your dancing has quite a restorative effect on the troops.
Really? I'm happy to hear it. I must keep dancing then, mustn't I? Oh, almost forgot, Chief. I have good news, and then I have better news.
What's the good news?
I hear today's meal is one of your favorites, herb stew.
Oh, that is good news. It's been quite a while since I've had any. And the even better news?
In this next battle, you'll get your hands on some sort of incredible treasure.
Treasure?
Yes, that's right. Some sort of treasure.
I see. I don't know what it might be, but I can't wait for it. Nor for today's meal.
I'm gonna continue dancing a bit longer as to work up a healthy appetite.
So tell me, Tethys, when did you first start dancing?
Oh, well, that would have been...
What's the matter?
Well... Yes, it was long ago, back when Ewan was still young.
What is it, Tethys?
I'm sorry, Chief. I'll explain it another time. Can we drop it for now?
Tethys?
Chief, truth is, Ewan and I, we were abandoned by our parents.
Oh, I see.
I wandered about with little Ewan in tow. He had no idea what was happening. I was a child myself with no job. We went to bed hungry every night, and our clothes were rags. Then, one day, I said to myself, we cannot go on like this. Watched a dancer on a street corner and memorized all of her moves. I wasn't a very coordinated child, and it was so difficult. I didn't have real shoes, so my feet were a mess of blisters. And I fell so many times I was covered in cuts and bruises. It was painful, miserable, very, very difficult. But I never cried. Because if I were to cry, he would cry. And I loved seeing Ewan's smiling face. I wanted him to smile all the time, so I worked hard so he could.
Tethys.
A sad and miserable tale. I'm sorry. I was reminded of it all just recently. I was overcome with emotion. But that's how I earned the dancing skills and physique I have now. All the hard work I did back then has made me the woman I am today. What do you say to that?
I'm not sure what to say. So before you met with us, you two had a rough time of it, did you?
Okay, that's enough. Past is the past. You mustn't tell anyone about this. I don't share this story with others. I only told you because you're the chief. Story of toil and hardship doesn't quite fit my mysterious image, does it? You know what I'd like? For you to tell me more about you.
Sure. Another time, though, okay?
Alright. Let's see this thing through to the end. We do our best, good things will come of it. And then better things after that. Right, Chief?
Right, Tethys. You be careful.
Of course. And you too, Chief. Chief, there's actually one thing I've been wanting to ask you.
And what's that?
Sorry if this brings up any bad memories, but how'd you get that scar on your face?
This? I got this beauty when I had just started out as a mercenary. I was still a novice, but was feeling pretty good about my swordsmanship. Got to a point where I was arrogant enough to believe no one could best me. Then one day it happened. Something I've never been able to forget.
What happened?
It was just another battle. I had been hired on as another sword, and then I met him. He was a knight from some country or another. I'd fought knights on several other occasions and beaten them all. Even though he was a bit tougher, I was sure I'd defeat him in the end. That's what I thought. But his strength was beyond me. I may as well have been using a broomstick to fight. I remember thinking, what a tiny little world I've been living in. He crushed me effortlessly. And the wound he inflicted became this lovely scar.
I see.
I was truly frightened. It was the first time I'd experienced fear as a mercenary. So this knight saw how scared I was and said, "Go." He didn't kill me. He let me escape. I was humiliated, ashamed. My eyes were finally open to my own weakness. Goes without saying, I lost every shred of self-confidence. I still dream about it sometimes. Wakes me up every time. I've never forgotten that night. He thought I was weak and pathetic.
Chief.
I was young and stupid. This scar is my punishment.
But that night spared your life. Because of that, good things and better things have happened?
What do you mean, Tethys?
First of all, Chief, you're alive. If you died, all the good times you've had since that day, all the joy you're sure to have from this day onward wouldn't exist. And another thing, because you lived, you made many friends. And you met me. I also don't think that knight thought you were pathetic. I think he saw a young man with his whole life ahead of him. That's why he let you go.
Tethys.
Yep, I'm sure that's it. So try thinking about it in a more positive light.
You're right. I was a lot calmer after that. And while I've had hard times, there have been far more good times. Guess you could say I owe my success as a mercenary to that night.
Yep, you've got your knight, and I've got my dancer. Thanks to the two of them, the two of us are here now. Say, Chief, why don't we become like them? I think we should work at being inspirations to other people.
Good idea. Thanks, Tethys. Think I'll sleep soundly tonight.
Good. You know, Chief, I'm really happy.
Yeah, me too. I got a life I enjoy and good companions. All that and a wonderful woman to love. Everyone should be so lucky.
Oh! Chief!
Whoa! Hey now. This is a battlefield. This isn't the place for that.
No one's looking.
Oh, alright. Hello, laddie.
Oh, hi!
The name's Dulza.
I'm Ewan. Nice to meet you, Dulza, sir.
Aren't you a little bundle of energy? I bet you're a regular troublemaker. So, what were you so lost in thought over? You having any problems?
Nope, nothing. I don't have any problems. I was thinking of something interesting. You want to hear about it?
Sure. Tell me everything.
Well, I was thinking of how much fun it would be if I could do something.
Huh?
Some battlegrounds are full of plants and stuff, but others are dreary and dead.
Yeah?
If a place like that were suddenly filled with beautiful colors, it'd be neat, right? Like, if it could suddenly become a flower garden.
A battleground becoming a lovely flower garden? Aye, that would be nice. It would help heal the hearts and minds of the soldiers. How would you do it? Do you have some sort of magical powers or something?
Yeah, I do, but I've decided that wouldn't be the best way. If I did that, people would be more impressed by the magic than by the flowers. I think it'd be better to make it something that anyone could do and enjoy.
Oh. It's all too difficult for me to follow, but it sure sounds like a nice dream. If you could pull it off, I'm sure people would really enjoy it.
I haven't really thought much about how I would do it. I was just thinking how nice it would be, that's all.
That's fine. That's what young people are supposed to do. Many great things come from the daydreams of youth.
Really? Do you think so? Alright. I like you, mister.
Is that so?
Yep. And I'm gonna call you Uncle Doza from now on. It's about time for me to get going. I'll talk to you later, Uncle Doza.
Alright, laddie. Till next time. Oh, laddie.
Uncle Doza!
So, you're in high spirits today?
Yep, I'm always in high spirits. How about you, Uncle?
Oh, I'm doing as well as I can be expected. I'm a bit tired, actually. I'm a bit closer to the ground than everyone else, so my legs tire easily. It'd be nice if there were an easier way to move around, wouldn't it?
Oh, that reminds me. I've been thinking of something. Do you want to hear about it?
What's this? You come up with yet another fabulous idea?
Yep.
Well, what is it?
Coaches! You're familiar with coaches, right?
Huh?
And we got a coach in our convoy because it can carry people and supplies.
Yeah, they're useful enough. They're nice if you're traveling far with wounded men, children, and whatnot. But without roads, they're almost useless. Forget about dense forests. Oh, and they can be quite vulnerable in a battle. Not very useful at all, really.
Exactly! So I was thinking about coaches that could travel in the air.
What's that? You talk about using Pegasus Knights?
That's what I was thinking at first, but, you know, that probably wouldn't work. I mean, a Pegasus can get mighty picky about who lets ride him, right? Haven't really thought about how to actually make a flying coach, but wouldn't it be amazing if one really existed? It'd be fast and all that stuff like bad roads and forest wouldn't matter. And even if people lived far apart, they could visit one another quickly. What do you think?
It's fantastic. It'd be useful, that's for sure. Sounds like fun, too. I'd sure love to ride about in a flying coach. Think about it. The land spread out below, glittering dawn skies, and the wind. Ah, sounds like a dream.
I hope it becomes reality someday.
Me too. I like the way your mind works, laddie. Let's talk more later.
Yep. Ah, Uncle Doza! Listen to this, will you? I've been thinking about something new.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
Imagine people far away from each other talking.
Far away? You mean like if you and I were maybe 100 paces apart?
Nope, farther than that.
Alright. 1,000 paces.
Not even close, farther still.
10,000 paces? You must be kidding.
No, I'm not. And even farther than that. For example, what if one person were in Frelia and the other person were in Ruston?
What?
That's right. Anyone you could think of, you could talk to. I read about magical devices that can do the same thing, but wouldn't it be better if anyone could do it, not just mages?
Impressive. I think I see it. People could send and receive important messages instantly. Is that it?
No, even better than that. I'm not talking about just sending messages back and forth. I mean, like, if they could talk, just like you and I are now. We wouldn't need messengers at all. It would all happen instantly.
I just can't wrap my head around this one, laddie. It's too much for me.
Great, isn't it? You could contact your people in Ruston from anywhere, at any time.
My, oh my. You've got quite an imagination, don't you? The things you come up with always surprise me, laddie.
I used to get in trouble for always thinking up these outlandish things.
That's a shame, laddie. After all, I'm sure a lot of the things we have now seemed outlandish once. If nobody dreamed, nothing new would ever be created, would it?
Uncle Doza, you always have time to listen to my ideas, Uncle. Makes me really happy.
It's always worth the time to listen to you youngsters and your ideas. It's sad. I know people who are so busy that they've no time to spare. But me, I've got time. As you know, I'm one of Princess La Rochelle's men. I'm not the brightest fellow around, so she doesn't give me a lot to do. But that gives me lots of free time, and I'm always happy to spend it with you.
Thank you. I think you're the best, Uncle Doza.
What a nice thing to say. And I think you're the best, laddie. I think when you're fully grown, you're going to be a great and interesting man.
Do you really think so?
I do. It's that sparkle in your eyes that convinces me.
Yahoo!
I'm looking forward to the day when I see one of your ideas made reality.
And that day will surely come. It's weird, but there are times when I can almost picture a world like that.
Now that would be something. I'll have to make sure I live long enough to see it.
Yep, and you'll have to stay my friend too.
Well, of course.
Oh, you're one of Garrick's mercenaries, aren't you? Freilia's princess. Yes, that's right. I'm Tana. What's your name? Marissa. Nice to meet you, Marissa. I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you all. Mercenaries, I mean. It's because of you that we're doing so well. It's my job, and I'm doing it. No need to thank me. But I always heard mercenaries were renegades, cutthroats, and oathbreakers. You're nothing like that, though. So that's why I wanted to thank you for fighting so hard for us. It's not out of loyalty to you or to any kingdom. I'm happy as long as I have a chance to swing my sword. Oh, is that so? But it doesn't matter to me. You're helping us now, and I know you'd never betray us. I don't care what you think. But... Oh, wait! Well, she doesn't talk much, does she? Oh, Marissa! What is it? What's the matter? Oh, have you never seen a Pegasus? Magnificent. This your first time ever seeing a Pegasus up close? Yes. I've fought besides Pegasus Knights, but I've never been this close before. Well, what do you think? I thought they would have more delicate legs because they fly so much. Oh, they could gallop quite quickly. They don't always have to fly. Interesting. It is truly magnificent, powerful, and beautiful. Would you like to touch him? Pet his head. Archeus likes that. Touch him? Of course! Be my guest! Unless you're scared. I'm not scared. Very well. That's it. See? He's happy. Your Pegasus is named Archeus. That's a good name. A strong name. Thanks! Serene named him, as she's a Pegasus Knight. She's sort of my mentor. Someday, I want to be as graceful and strong as Serene. And then, like Serene, I'll pass my experiences on to the next generation. I see. I have no goal but to master my swordsmanship. Oh, but that's a fine dream! Then let's keep working, shall we? Yes. Marissa, is it difficult to improve your swordsmanship? It is. I practice daily. I fought 1,000 men and won each time. And still, I have only the barest glimpse of what I could achieve. Really? Maybe you shouldn't press yourself so hard. I can see how dedicated you are to becoming a better sword fighter. But if you focus too much on a lofty goal, you might not notice when you reach it. And I have no doubt you will reach it. What is it, Marissa? Why do you waste your time speaking with me, Princess? Oh, am I not supposed to do that? It's not a matter of whether you should or should not. At first I thought you were brusque and maybe a little intimidating too. But you're not like that at all. You're just shy. A poor conversationalist. You know, many of my fellow swordsmen still fear me. I'm sure they do. Your grace with the sword is something else. But when you're not fighting, you're completely different. More pensive. You're so dedicated to your goal. You have that far-off look in your eyes. Like you're lost in thoughts of love or something like that. You've already made up your mind, Princess. So there's no point in my arguing. Then we agree! Oh, but there's one more thing. Just call me Tana. You don't have to keep calling me Princess. Why? We're friends now! Friends? That's right! Just call me Tana! I don't want you to worry about royal titles and formality when we talk. You say you've dedicated yourself to the sword, but that doesn't mean you can't have a friend or two, does it? Well, Marissa? No, that doesn't sound bad. Great! Boy, I don't know what I would have done if you said no. But there it is! We're friends now! Right, Marissa? As you say, Tana.
May I help you?
Soleil, wherever we go, you're always at my side. Don't you ever do anything you want to do?
I came from Carabalin. I've been entrusted with the honor of being your escort. Protecting you, Great Dragon, gives my life meaning.
Great Dragon? Please, there's no need to call me that. My father is the Great One. I've done nothing. I'm not great at all.
It is true, Great Dragon, that your exalted father once saved mankind. On that day so long ago, he shielded us from evil. He is our true savior. However, mankind has forgotten that most sacred debt we owe him. I do, as we all must, what I can to atone for that crime of neglect. Great Dragon, does my presence bother you? If it does, please do not hesitate to tell me. I would remove myself at once and not bother you again until needed.
It's fine. Do whatever pleases you.
Thank you. Yes?
There's something I wanted to ask. You're from Carabalin. Do you know if my father has ever visited your village?
He has. I myself have never seen his noble personage. However, I have heard that Dara met him once when she was young. Some monsters had wandered into Caer Pelin, and the great dragon saved us.
Really? I wonder why my father chose to help you.
That I cannot guess. We poor humans cannot hope to grasp the thinking of the great dragon.
My father has dedicated his life to protecting humans. For the longest time, I could not fathom why he would do this. But now, after spending time with all of you, I begin to understand how he felt.
Great dragon.
I'm sure that I will continue to fight, as he did, for all humanity.
I am truly grateful that you feel that way, Great Dragon. Great Dragon, I know I'm being rude, but I have a favor to ask.
What is it?
Would you please come to our village?
To Caer Pelin? But...
Dara and the other villagers would be overjoyed to see you. The village is quite spare, but we would do our best to entertain you. You could stay for as long as you wanted.
Saleh, you made that request on my behalf, didn't you?
No, not at all. I apologize. I have been disrespectful.
No, I'm pleased. However, I doubt I should stay too long.
Why is that?
It's because I'm a dragon. My father explained it to me. We are both human and monster. And because we are both, we are also neither. We have the power of dragons. Therefore, we cannot live together with humans. We have the hearts of humans. Therefore, we do not belong with monsters. We are outcasts in this world, never a part of either community. And so we live our lives alone, never to be understood by anyone.
But there are humans whose actions make them monsters in the eyes of others. I do not think of you as such when there are many worse monsters among my own kind. Regardless, I believe the villagers would be most pleased to have you visit.
Saleh, thank you. Your words have cheered me up a little. Please wait for my answer when all of this is finished. When peace returns, I'll give you my answer then.
I understand.
And when I do return to Darkling Woods, I will not be sad. Because of the time I've spent with you, the memories you've given me, I shall not be lonely. I shall never feel like an outcast again.
Lady Mira,